Jordan, I'm surprised you aren't bigger into MMOs with your whole grindy thing.
Hey,
Funny
Evan,
mentioning
talk about
that.
Final Fantasy. Talk about Final Fantasy.
It's
Well,
real
hold
fun.
on, hold
It's
on.
on PS4, buddy. It's real fun.
No,
I've
it's
been
not.
thinking about getting into World of Warcraft lately.
Don't
that.
do that.
No, do that.
No.
Well, now
That
I'm
game
torn.
is
Do I do that or not
Yes,
do that?
at least play the free trial that you can get up to level 20.
Play the free trial of both, actually, and then make your decision.
Well,
They
the
both
reason
have
is
free
I
trials.
signed up for a Battle.net account with Overwatch, and it gave me a baby Winston pet, and I'm like, in World of Warcraft, and I'm like, I can't, like, I gotta see what that is at least, right?
Play World of Warcraft. Because it's still a good game. The graphics are a little
it's
bit
not.
aged, but they'll run great on your
not that
not
fun.
really amazing computer.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with H graphics at all.
And artistically, it's really good, kind of like Overwatch. And, it's not quite as shiny as Final Fantasy, but the difference is that it's not a bad game.
But Jordan likes more Final Fantasy type things than he does stupid World of Warcraft things.
That is not true.
What is World of Warcraft?
I feel like I need to remind
what
you
compare
guys
that to?
that I have played like half of a Final Fantasy game.
I meant just the style and that weird Asian culture bullshit.
Oh, you mean weeabooism? Yes, he does suffer from that.
Yeah, but like Final Fantasy Online has like furries and stuff. Like I've seen entire clans of like people, and like I don't want any part of that. Although Warcraft does have those panda people, so I guess you're screwed anywhere you go.
But you know what?
No,
I've seen
There's gonna be weirdos
I've seen
everywhere.
a surprising lack of Pandarian Rule 34 on the internet. Whereas in Final Fantasy, it's just rampant, man. It's everywhere.
But no, try the free trial for both. I mean, you can
is
get a pretty
the
decent
free trial on PS4?
Yes, sir.
I might give that a try.
It's also crossplay. We can play together.
I gave DC Universe Online a quick shot. That was for like a 15-second hot minute. That was all right. Not gonna hold my interest though. And I tried
more.
Oh shit! No, I tried that
Warframe?
Onigiri. No, not Warframe. Onigiri is a like Japanese. It's garbage. Oh man! And I tried it because it looked garbage. It's just like one of the worst interfaces I've like hands down ever seen in a game. It is like if you just like watch a quick video, it's horrendous. It runs poorly. It looks bad. So don't play that on PS4. But there was one more MMO I tried. Anyway, it'll come to me.
I've been thinking about installing Phantasy Star Online too. Because I really like Phantasy Star.
No, I'm thinking of Star Ocean.
Sorry?
I was thinking about the new Star
Phantasy
Ocean.
Star is like an old series that I got into a few years ago. The online game specifically, the really proper Phantasy Star is like Final Fantasy style RPGs that were like, sprite based on the NES. Phantasy Star Online is a fucking Diablo-like, but it's third person and Japanese. And
that sounds alright.
Yeah, and it really is alright. I don't know if you were up on the situation in that game. At some point, that game was announced for Vita, and then it never came out.
Yeah, I've been familiar before with that.
And then,
story.
According to Giant Bomb's Jeff Gersman, it is now on the PlayStation 4. As long as you have a Japanese account. And I already have a Japanese account on my PlayStation. It's just not my primary right now.
The other game I was thinking of, real quick, was Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, I wasn't a big one of that either.
Yeah, and I got the Tamriel, like the better edition, I guess, and I was still like not like I didn't think it was aggressively bad. I thought it was fine, but it didn't have like the Elder Scrolls hook to it. I did think the world building was pretty interesting, but like I don't know, it came out. I think I tried that. When did I try that? It was probably fall or something, and I was just like, I can't. I have stuff coming up. I can't devote time to playing this.
Well, if you do try that Final Fantasy trial, make sure to pick the server I'm on so we can hang out.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I do, and going back to Vision, I have a real soft spot for certain types of grinds. Like this is the reason why I don't play old school JRPGs. I cannot stand turn-based grinding. But if it's like Destiny or even The Division, I like to pop on some headphones and just lose myself in a world for a little bit without like too much effort. So yeah, maybe I'll give Final Fantasy a try.
It's fun, man. Cool stuff. You missed all the cool Easter stuff, but whatever.
Oh, do you have a subscription?
Yeah.
How long? Or do you just pay monthly?
You pay monthly. Like I didn't have it for a couple months when there was a lot of games going on, because like Overwatch is probably going to take a little bit of a chunk out of it, but I'll probably still do my daily stuff. But it's $15 a month, and you get like subscriber rewards every 30, which are actually pretty dope. You get like a couple different mounts and some other garbage that is decent, but like I don't have a problem paying subscriptions if I know, for one, I'm getting my money's worth, and for two, that the content is actually fun. And like I think for the most part, like, the community is overwhelmingly positive, and people they like to have a good time, and it has some fun-ass shit in that game that I was surprised to find, because I'm also not, like, a huge Final Fantasy fan. I don't think I've finished one since, like, 6 came out, but it's a fun-ass game.
Yo, can I ride one of those giant chickens?
Fuck yeah, you can ride a couple different giant chickens.
Fucking word!
Come on,
Let's
guys.
do
They're
this.
called chocobos. I've never played a Final Fantasy game, and I know that.
I have my chocobo decked out in Easter shit right now, because I played the event and got all the cool stuff.
Oh.
You know what, Jordan, we should get gay married so we can get the ceremonial chocobo, because that thing
You can
is
get
fucking
married in that game?
You have to reserve time in a chapel to get married in that game. It's awesome.
I don't believe
And you get the coolest fucking mount that can hold two people.
I believe that a bunch of fucking weirdos on the internet do it.
I love the idea of getting fake gay married to somebody and getting a ceremonial giant chicken.
It's so worth it,
I
too.
take
Like,
back everything I said. Don't play World of Warcraft. Play this.
like in the weirdest way, it's like, I don't even know what it is. Like, cause you can get married in other games. Not a big deal, right? Like, I asked JC in Elder Scrolls, in Elder Scrolls, you can get fucking married whoop-de-fucking-do in that game, right? But in this game, you have to reserve, like, time. You can't just go in any time and be like, let's get married. You have to fucking reserve a time
Honestly,
to get
that's
married in this game.
actually that's the least surprising thing to me about that, because there are a lot of MMO stuff, like MMO events are often handled that way, where, you know, if in game, in, you know, World of Warcraft, you can, like, build your own fucking houses and do all this stuff. Like, there are, and then do stuff in, like, your own, like, personal community. Like, there are actually, like, a lot of timed events like that, like, where you have to...
Well, they don't give you a two-person cool chicken in
No,
awesome,
I have no doubt
fucking,
that, yes,
like,
there are zero gay
beautiful
marriage
white
chickens
gear.
in World of Warcraft. I am convinced of that.
It's so fucking cool. And, like, I really want to hit
use.
60... I really want to hit 60 with one character, because I keep flopping between the classes because it's so easy to do, and they're all super fun to do. And I've been trying to chase White Mage right now, and I want to get and do the relic quest to get all the really cool looking gear, and there's so much I want to do. It just takes so much goddamn time, but it's such a fun.
You gotta tell me real quick. Is like the chocobo? Is it like bestowed upon you? Like do they give a big speech? Like, and here's the ceremonial gay chocobo.
You know, I don't know. I've never
or
been to
is it just
a
like
wedding.
show up in an inbox? Because I'd really like there to be some pomp and circumstance when they give me my giant gay marriage chicken.
I think the first time you get a mount, it's like you pick a grand company, which is kind of 3 different, you know, in like any game where you pick an alliance, sort of, and you get a company chocobo with like a company, they're called bardings, which is like a cool saddle and a cool kind of banner. And I can't remember if there's a really epic like cutscene where they're like, check it out, it's your fucking chocobo, bro, and you're like, holy shit, and eventually you can get them to where you can summon them and help you fight, and you can feed them, and they level up and shit, like, it's cool.
Okay, so real quick, because I need to get this straight. Pardon the pun. Are the chickens different based on whether or not it's a gay wedding?
I doubt it, no, because there's
so
equality.
you keep on saying
Jesus
gay wedding,
Christ.
this chocobo is gay.
Well, no, I'm just saying that Jordan and I would have to get gay married because we're 2 dudes.
You could create a female character.
Yeah, and I like 100% of the time if I have a choice, is going to
Okay,
be a
then we
female
just get
character.
It's going to be a sham of a wedding, though. I don't love you at all, but
Absolutely.
we can both ride on it, and it's really fucking cool. Like I had one of my old free company whatever their guilds, free company, same thing. It was run by like an actual real life married couple, and they would like we'd be like, alright, let's all meet at this dungeon, and they would fucking roll up on this fucking badass chocobo, and I was like, hot damn, that thing is fucking cool. And like the other character, the second character on it just kind of sits there, like on the back, looking thug as fuck, like, it's super cool.
That sounds
You
alright.
you throw the word cool around so lightly.
It's such a fun game. Like
Podcast listeners, go back to the last 5 minutes and listen to how many times you use the word cool to describe these
It's
things.
cool though.
But whatever you do, don't play a drinking game. You'll probably be dead.
Yeah, well, you gotta bring the party. But you know, I'm not the biggest MMO dude. Like I've tried basically all of them, and none of them have ever stuck. But for whatever reason, I keep coming back to playing Final Fantasy 14.
See, I don't know if I was going to get into one of them because I'm not an MMO guy either. Like, I would look at WoW because it's a big name I can trust.
I played like 30 hours of WoW.
Enough people like it.
Nah.
Enough people like it that I could probably get into it. And Blizzard games have that certain level of polish. The other games I've looked at are Guild Wars because Guild Wars is A, subscription free,
Guild Wars 2
and
is
B,
dope.
really cool. And that's the one game that all my friends hate MMOs, and they all got into that.
It's really pretty
Or at least a
too.
few of
It's a
them did.
really pretty game.
But the other game I'd look at was maybe like EVE Online, because EVE is just such a
I mean, that's
crazy.
way
Oh wait,
different.
no, I don't want any part of that. No, I've peered into the vast depths that is that game, and I want like that is something that every year there's like a massive battle
It
or
makes the
or
news,
some
yeah.
crazy shit. Yeah, and like I look at that with such a avid fascination. I want no part of it.
I don't want a part of it per se. Like, I wouldn't play that game with any sort of like regularity and go in on that. I just would want to get in enough that I can really understand that stuff and kind of bear witness to it.
I feel like that barrier for getting in enough would be too much.
I felt that way before, but like I went in on like Arma, for example. Arma is a game that is kind of like that in the sense that it is kind of fucking impenetrable. But I was just so interested in all of the crazy stuff that can happen on the like really hardcore level of that game that like one summer I just kind of spent like 20 hours with it trying to sort everything out so I could see all of the crazy shit that was going on with that game at the time. So I don't know, like if I ever feel the urge to play an MMO,
It would be Final Fantasy 14.
That's cute, but no. It would probably be EVE.
Jordan, I gotta tell you about this DLC they sent out too. It's called Heaven's Word.
And that's the podcast, everyone.
It announces flying mounts, and they have these 3 giant new dungeons with these crazy bosses, bunch of trials, crazy like steampunk sort of themed raid. Let me tell you.
Can I make myself into a really tall elf lady?
Yes.
Alright, I'm down. Let's do it.
They're called Elizin.
Wait,
and
can I make myself
well.
into an elf in Warcraft?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, the choices!
I think they have dark and light.
Yeah, no, they have like,
Or
there's
some
like
shit.
fucking 10 different races in Warcraft.
But here's the thing though, is they don't look as pretty as they do in Final Fantasy.
Well, it's not like in the Elder Scrolls where I look at like the elf and there are all these weird like mongoloid Spock people.
No, because only Bethesda knows how to make characters that look as bad as Bethesda characters.
No, I was like, oh man, there are like 3 different types of elves. I will have such a hard time deciding. Nope, you just don't do an elf because they all look bad.
Here's how you decide. We'll read out on this. There's a Steam review that's been at the top of the Final Fantasy thing for forever, and it always makes me laugh. And it says 3.5 thousand hours played. And it's just one sentence, and it says, "My life has been stolen away, and I'm not even sad about it."